我叫丁月，我今天走上旧金山的街头，是为了我妈妈抗议发声。我的妈妈法轮功学员孟昭红，今年5月份的时候，只是因为在我们秦皇岛当地市集上，就莫名的被警察抓捕。警察为了迫害他，找了假证人、假证据，诬陷他，在不久前给他冤判了4年。那虽然我们请了律师，对于检方的这种无理的指控、假证据做了一一的驳斥，但是法官仍然无视，给他判刑了4年。在这种情况下，我们可以看到中共真的是不讲法治，所以我今天走上街头，希望能够让更多的人关注到法轮功这个群体，已经过去24年一直都在被迫害当中。在1999年的时候，我妈妈就因为修炼法轮功被抓捕，当年我才10岁，今年我都35岁了，可是这个迫害还在持续。希望更多的人能够了解法轮功的真相，帮助我们一起呼吁制止这场迫害，同时也能认清中共的邪恶本质，远离中共。
谢谢，讲得很好，谢谢。我这个可以的。
提问吧。
法轮功被迫害了，从1999年720开始被迫害。那么你们这一次为什么会在习近平访问旧金山的时候来进行抗议？表达你们什么样的诉求呢？
对，法轮功92年传出嘛。那个，因为按照人们修炼真善忍，按照真善忍做事，处事，不仅是道德提升，也那个祛病健身特别明显，所以口传口，人传人的就迅速的在中国大陆就是发展吧，有上亿人就是短7年有上亿人的修炼。那中共邪党呢，就从99年720开始。对法轮功学员进行了，开始了这个血腥的迫害吧。为了迫使法轮功学员放弃信仰，放弃真善忍的信仰，动用了各种酷刑，甚至活摘人体器官贩卖，丧尽天良。所以我们在任何情况下都是要呼吁世人帮助停止迫害。那这一次呢，是 APEC 21个国家的首脑。和代表团，还有很多的媒体会聚集在旧金山，迫害还在中国国内进行。虽然中共换了几届了，但这个迫害20几年来一直没有停止，所以我们就利用这个机会，要求中共停止对法轮功的学员的迫害，也呼吁世界各国帮助停止这场迫害。
谢谢你，非常感谢啊。
Well, since the 90s, they came to prominence as a method of well-being and wellness, and suddenly the Falun Gong practitioners in China increased to nearly 100 million, and then started the crackdown sometime in the 90s, and it continued. That's what they claim. Now we've got Falun Gong protesters on the streets of San Francisco. There are Uyghurs protesting, there are Tibetans protesting, just as President Xi Jinping is going to touch down in the US of A, and it's after 5 years that he's coming here. But I have ladies, may I know your good name, ma'am?
My mom is
Okay, and you say that she is still missing, or she's held under arrest?
On October 22nd, 2022, my mother was illegally detained for her faith for Falun Gong and not
So she was a Falun Gong practitioner?
Yes.
And they arrested her or detained her only because she practices Falun Gong?
Yes, because she practices Falun Gong.
And you're not allowed to go and visit them?
Yes, no.
Do you know where your mother is?
She is detained for being in 大连姚家
Okay.
detention
In the detention center, and she's been there since 2022, you said.
Yes.
So nearly a year, October 2022. When did this happen?
October 22nd, 2020.
这声音很小。
So more than a year that she has been in detention.
Yes. Sorry, my English not good.
Yeah. So nearly October 2022. Now we are in November 2023. So 1 year of detention
Yes.
already.
Yes.
Yes. And are there others also? Other people also being detained?
Yes.
The interview is this one.
Are there other people also being detained?
Oh, actually, her case, her sister in China was actually detained and killed. That was her younger sister.
Detained and killed.
Yeah, that she had the first story of losing her sister.
But what happened? Why was she detained and why was she killed?
他问你的妹妹为什么给抓？为什么？
因为中共谋迫害法轮功，在中国不可以认法轮功，他只能信共产党，所以我妹妹因为信法轮功，所以就被迫害致死，被迫害折磨死。
She said, China, after the persecution in 1999, people are not allowed to practice the meditation exercise. But her sister persists because it was good for her, maybe she had good health, and also the moral standard up there. She doesn't give up. Yeah, so because she refused, she was arrested, detained, and tortured to death.
Tortured to death.
被迫是有没有酷刑啊？
酷刑折
Yeah,
磨
it's
死。
torture to death.
But why is it illegal to practice Falun Gong? Can somebody be detained just because you meditate?
Yeah, could be. In the law, there's no written law said you cannot practice. But because the government official, they could say things who don't allow. So in the law, they actually say you allow religious freedom. But in practice, you're not. Just like Christians in China, they're allowed to have the church, but the church, you have to put Mao's picture on it. So you have to listen to the CCP above all religions. So that teaching the Falun Gong, they all practice moral standard. So anybody who refuse, they could arrest you. If they see you doing exercise in the public, they'll arrest immediately. And if they find you have books at home, they can also arrest you.
They could also arrest you.
Yes.
But have you raised this here because you're protesting in San Francisco?
Oh, so we, like her, we have to be the voice of the people in China who cannot say what they need to say. So we are doing the voice, telling the whole world. That
So how many of you are here in the US?
in the US, we don't have name tags, so it's all free to come, free to go. It's hard to say. I don't know how many thousands.
But there are still Falun Gong practitioners in the US?
Yeah, yes, yeah. In the US, it's all free. So we also offer free classes. People do the meditation to feel good, then they practice. It's all free to come, free to go. But we don't keep a name list of who's who, so it's hard to tell.
You have some information here
Yeah.
where you're claiming that organs of Falun Gong practitioners are
Yeah.
being sold for thousands of dollars.
Yes, yes. So in this website here, on the website where this is at, they have document. There's a Canadian actually this is a very high level official. They did very detailed document survey. Also, they have evidence. You go to this website, they would show you all the evidence of they document how many people are being. Of course, we cannot have all the numbers, but the clear evidence, even on the website they take it from the China. What we have seen was in the Chinese hospital. It was back when before we exposed it, we started to expose it. They see that before the persecution of Falun Gong, they only just kill those death row inmates, and they take the organ. We know that already, and so the number of the organ transplant is kind of like little growth this small, but
Yeah.
since 1999, starting year 2000, they exponentially grow. So where did those organs come from? And there have been documented stories that people coming like United States, other countries going to China to have organ transplant, There are basically zero waiting period. 1 week, 2 weeks, you can get organs.
So clearly it's coming out from
Or
somebody.
somebody's ready slaughter, or somebody's ready to give up their life for it, or they're being slaughtered unwillingly. So there are many documented all of that. But in the United States, you want to get a kidney transplant, you have to wait years. Yes. Over there, they're basically on supply, basically, and those were documented.
That's absolutely inhuman. Where do you good name, sir?
Oh, my name is Joel.
Joel.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. And you said her family has been persecuted?
Scott.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
an associate producer of the documentary film that we did with his family. This is Ife. Extraordinary story. I got involved in it. And like a lot of Westerners, is this true? I mean, just like usually, is this true? So I traveled with Ife to the victims of communism in Washington, D.C. with her and 2 other ladies. Actually, there's a documentary film out called Hard to Believe, and they actually did a documentary on this, and the victims of communism around the world, right? Humanity, right? These are really reputable people. So if you look at that too, this information is all documented by the top. I wanted to go meet them too. What is this about, right? And so I vetted it pretty well, just because I want to get involved in something myself. I've done business in China and actually India for years. I'm in AI. So this family touched me with their story. She lost her sister in a labor camp. Her brother spent 12 years there. That's called Finding Grace. The actual director and producer that did the first documentary, Hard to Believe, did her story. And the reason she did her story is when she was doing Hard to Believe, she interviewed Ife, and she thought she was just gonna, because she was at Tiananmen Square and that, and she mentioned to Kay, the director, that they took her blood, and so she didn't know anything about, they didn't know all the harvestings. Yeah. But Kay already knew that because she was doing that documentary. So then she met with her, and what she thought was going to be a 10-minute news release, right? Ended up learning about the whole family, 12 years in jail. So I got involved in it a little bit, and actually was trying to help expose it in the Western world. So it is accurate, and you can't even get politicians. I told you the business I did. I've met with business leaders in tech here. I've met with politicians around the world. I'm working with the Ecuadorian president who's here with AI and the cybersecurity for crypto. He's a big thing. So he's a pretty cool guy, actually. I like him. But it's amazing that you can't get anybody to just say Falun Dafa is good.
Nobody's ready to say it.
They won't even say Falun Dafa is good. And it's like, are you kidding me? I mean, they stand for truth, compassion, and forbearance. Communism is lie, cheat, steal. Then fear, force, extortion. Opposite, right?
Yeah.
And so it tells you the reach that money has around the world. Money, everybody has money to use influence. But why they're the most... So it was interesting to me, but I'm just here to validate that, this isn't a group of people that just are in dreamland about what's happening. I started to vet it. Why did the Chinese want the Falun Dafa practitioners? Well, guess what? They don't drink, they don't smoke. So the Chinese communist official wanted an organ. They wanted it from their family. Rose Pak had transplants. She's had a Chinatown here. You can't blame people for wanting to stay around the world. I'm sure there's so many innocent people who are trying to save their kids, themselves, their family, and they think 1.7 billion people over